Hello everybody, it's me, John Clark 4889, or on my YouTube channel, Nightmare Wolf Productions here, with a very important update. Or an update. You know, I'm not good with these things, okay? Okay, so, yeah. So, let's begin with the whole update about Final Hours of Sodor, because I did a poll on Instagram. I don't have the images saying it is, but I do a role play because some of you people do it, and I'm doing a video, so I can talk about Final Hours of Sodor. And I have to say some good news, bad news. The good news is I got episode 1 in my head. The bad news is there's really nothing to talk about. I know I promised you guys about character development with the characters of my series and all that, and some things with the trailer here and there, but remember, this is a new series, and plus, if I actually tell you guys anything about this, you're not gonna get a surprise nor reaction out of it at all, really. It's kind of stupid me making that poll in the first place about that, but most likely, if you watched the trailer, and mostly I did mention mostly some of it's not canon. That was a lie. Some of it is canon to the actual story. I just made that lie to somewhat halfly give a feel of it. The trailer is actually the feeling about it. Okay, now for bad news. This could actually not happen in October. I'm actually just saying this now because I still need to do a whole lot of work to a lot of things like the layout, etc., and I have no idea. Basically enough, the first episode could be a pilot, and most likely the second one is going to be the series, because episode 1 of the whole entire Shia LaBeouf thing will be the actual full initial pilot, because, okay, and if some people actually been on my Instagram, basically you saw the whole list of things in the video description. Okay, so one thing is sure. So what is the Final Hours of Sodor is? The Final Hours of Sodor is halfly the major places in time. That being the Day of Depression, World War II, and something in the future. Now, the reason why the Day of Depression, I don't know, the Day of Depression one of all places will be the pilot, and the World War II saga will continue on with that alone, actually. Basically enough, that alone will be the gist of the story, of course. All places. The first beginning of the story will actually tells us what is actually going on, like all the characters and everything going on, and the trailer, etc. And I know a lot of people have a lot of questions, like a lot of things, all places. So I'll begin on the thing is saying the thing is, let's talk about the first half of the trailer. That being Thomas headed to Tim's sheds and having a Vietnam flashback of Diesel 10 being chained up. This is a part of the story I cannot tell just yet. This is actually part of the story will end off in the World War II saga. This is somewhat halfly refracting of the ending of the World War II saga and beginning something else. Because there's a lot of things happening in a lot of things from the saga, of all places. And yes, I know I'm just saying saga, not seasons. It's more of a short word for me, I guess, but I don't know. But one thing is sure, yeah, that was a thing. Now, for Thomas entering Tin Mitch Sheds. Now, I'm not going to say anything else. This is the actual Mystery Point saga, because that saga alone could be the potential finale. We don't know yet, because I'm still thinking and crunching with my head and brain and all that, and there's still a lot of things on my dinner plate to do, like still making a script for the actual seasons, what episode I have, and all that, all the places. I got a lot in my head for a lot of these episodes entirely, but exactly, all the places. Now, okay, sorry about that. Anyways, back on the subject of the characters. Okay, So, from many things from the trailer you saw entirely, there's still stuff to discuss, all places. So, starting off with Frederick Ora. People are like, no one actually know who he is. He could be another guy, but no, that's basically Frederick Ora, Enterprising 93's Frederick Ora. People be wondering, why is he there in the first place? That's a good question. He's there for, well, most likely, it's not the exact same Frederick Ora. If you saw from the trailer, he have a hook hand. That it will explain in the World War II saga / the beginnings, of course. Once again, everything will happen at once when the Depression saga ended, or the first episode, of course, and then everything just flat out rolls in and stuff. All places. Okay. Now then, from others, that sequence, Thomas being in the scrapyard, that is part of the Mystery Saga. Part of it. The reason why I'm saying that whole transition when Thomas entered the scrapyards, with the Diesel shunting him in, of course, that is a separate timeline. Because, remember, if you saw my Instagram post about the whole Shia LaBeouf thing, you will actually know there's question marks underneath the year. That year alone stay questionable, because what I'm saying now, they're going to be a separate season alone. And yes, I know about everything of all places, but one thing is sure, it'd be a separate timeline. Like, there's the path to have a good ending, and there's one with a bad ending. Semi-good ending. Whatever you want to say it, I guess. But at the end of the day, it's something I just want to work on in several places. Okay. Now, to talk about Season 0. Season 0 is an origin story how Lady the Magical Engine came to the island of Sodor. Basically enough, this actually dated back when Sodor been discovered in the 1800s, I think it was. Or somewhat of age. This is when halfway the horses being used less on the railroad and starting to use steam powered, like the coffee pots. But then the coffee pots were replaced, as well as Glenn, to Neil's class, of course, as well as most likely Mr. Conductor, and also a lot of other things happen, of course. Frederick Ora's past, like Hansum. I'm not going to say any more about that. But one thing is sure, there's a lot of things going around, mostly saying the engines have faces. They're saying it's from witch magic and all that. Remember, this is somewhat beginning of the railroad and stuff, and they think witches still exist, so it could be possessed, satanic, etc. So, yeah, most likely Lady will be a part of Sodor, but in a short, brief moment. Lady will appear in the World War II saga, and as well as a lot of others, of course. So, that's it for that. Now, talk about the two Thomases. People are halfway one thing assured, the actual time of change. If you see, well, the actual thing in front of you, you see two Thomases. This is where timelines change. And somewhere in between World War II saga, Thomas, Percy, Edward, Duck, and some other characters will have a rebuild at crew. And all of them will have a brand new updated model of their own processor, like the E2 and everything, and all that, because all places. There's some part of the story that, sorry again, but one thing is short, yeah, some point of the story, Thomas and his friends will have a rebuild at crew, and that's it. Okay. Of course. World War II will happen on island of Sodor. The first pilot will be actually based on the day of the Depression, when Thomas realized he's not really a useful engine after all. Okay, so that's the gist. Anything from it, all places, and all that. Diesel 10 is going to be part of it, but I'm just going to say something is basically going to happen to Diesel 10 because he's not going to be built on Sodor. That's a hint for you guys only alone. So, after all that, now people will be wondering why I'm making Final Hours of Sodor in the first place. This was a backbone in my brain, actually. And I was thinking, what if I create one final thing to say goodbye? And yeah, that's it, really. This is the final hour of Sodor is a goodbye letter for me leaving the Thomas and Friends fandom. At first, I don't know that the actual thing, me saying goodbye, just saying like, all right, guys, that's it. I'm leaving the fandom. Goodbye. But I really want to end it off in a bang and stuff. So when the series ended, I'm leaving the fandom. But I don't know. Still, I am leaving the fandom. Nowadays, the show have changed into a babyish format and stuff, and some of my friends just really just judge me for liking a baby show of all places. It's not really a baby show, and plus Mattel didn't actually check around background checks around everything Thomas history of all places, because in the Railway series there's a lot of bad words in it. You wonder why. I will play it. I don't know, but one thing is sure, that's the gist of it entirely. All of it, of all places. There's a lot of stuff happening, of course, and I actually trying to build a storyboard sooner or later to actually start filming and stuff, because you gotta have a storyboard and stuff to know what you're doing, because if you don't know what you're doing, you just sit there in your room just think to yourself, what am I doing with my life? So that's kind of it for the whole gif of this entire thing of all places. One more thing, is this series going to be child friendly? The answer is no. I don't know if you're a Thomas fan, but I have to say, have you seen other Thomas and Friends series? They're not that child friendly in my mistakes. I mean, Cedric and Conflict, Fallout Sodor, and a lot of other ones in the GIFs of all places are not that. So I'm just gonna roll off my tongue and stuff saying that's kind of it entirely. So that's kind of it. So that's it. I'm John Clark 4889 / Nightmare Wolf Productions on YouTube. I hope you enjoy me talking to you guys about the final hours of Sodor. Once again, this could be delayed of all places because I still need inspirement in my brain to actually create something like this, and I'm saying somehow I'm a little busy voicing a truck in someone's series, I guess, but I don't know. But one thing is sure, as the time of this, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my recording of me discussing of the final hours of Sodor. Hooray! So thank you guys so much. I will see you guys in the next video, or next update video, or whatever, of all places. And thank you all who subscribed to my YouTube channel. We're almost near to a mile goal, so thank you very much. I see you guys next time. I'm John Clark 489, Nightmare Wolf Productions on YouTube, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!